Hello, I'm sorry for the delay, technical problems, but now here we are. And with the today's stream, I will go through my bag I'm taking with me or carrying with me when I'm out for photography. So to start with, the one thing that I take with me and which is not in the bag, it's on the bag or around my neck, is the tripod. I can show you what I'm using. Manfrotto, this one stable. Later I will come to I will have a look at the head I'm using. So this is piece number one. It's not on the bag. It's not in the bag. I show you now here the bag. I hope you see that. It's a beautiful optimal for camera carrying. It's not. I do have a backpack especially for photo equipment, but I don't use it for one simple reason. It's too big and too heavy, and it lacks the possibility to add my tripod on the back. That was the main purpose to have such a bag, is to get the tripod on the back, so I don't have two pieces to carry on. I just have one, but it doesn't work with the bag I have. I may have to buy a different one, but with the one I have, it doesn't work. So that's one. The other one is I usually don't carry everything with me. So this here for demonstration, I put all my equipment in it, and it's for the rare situation where I do expect to shoot landscape, macro, and regular photos of animals. So with a regular lens. So this is an exceptional situation. Usually I take just two. I take the long lens and the landscape, or the macro and the long lens, depending on the season. So but here for demonstration I show everything. I weighed it before, so the whole baggage with the tripod is about 8 kilos, so it's doable. I have it in a bag because usually when I go to a park I go by bike, and for that I have in the past I used like these side bags on a bike on the back. This is not useful when you have to put the bike on somewhere outside of the park, and then you walk with these two bags in the hands. It's absolutely uncomfortable. So I stopped doing that. I just use my backpack. I put it on the back. I go on the bike into the park, and when I have to let the bike outside of the park, it's no big issue. It's also on the bike. I can put on the back. I can put my tripod, so I don't have it. I don't carry it when I'm driving my bike. Anyway, so here let's go to the bag. Let's start with the central part. I will put it down and take one thing after the other out, so it doesn't start here. It's like the most central part. Now you may wonder, oh, how he can carry this equipment without proper protection. I will show. I have inside, I have a regular camera bag which protects the most of the equipment. So let's start with the lens. I have here my macro lens. That's like separate. I sometimes when I am preparing, I mount the macro if I expect mostly taking macros, or I mount the other one which is now mounted, the long lens, in case that I expect mostly birds or other animals photography. So here we have Nikon Z6 with the 200 to 400 millimeter, and mounted now the TC2. It's here on. Let me see. So sometimes in the field I take it off. My experience is that mostly I shoot with it on, but in case that I can take it off, like larger animals close by, so then I can take it off in field. We will come to the part where you see the extra pieces I'm carrying with me to be able to take it off in the field. Next, what do we have here? Is a little bag. This bag, I will show you the content shortly, has some batteries, stuff like it. And here is the head, tripod head. I use a video recording head which has one disadvantage and some advantage. One is you can mount and move smoothly to follow an animal. If I want to do recordings, it can easily be fixed. Like here you have this movement here, and it can what do you call, keep it like this. Then here you have the horizontal movement if you need, and it's moving smoothly, so not like tack 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 with little hicks. So it's very well done. I had the one disadvantage is if I want to take portrait, I cannot move it like this. The other head I had before was possible to do that, but because video recording was I was not able to smoothly follow an animal, it was not working for video recording. But with this head I cannot take portrait. I cannot fix my camera in this position. It's always like this. So but it's fine. As you see on my shots, it's rarely taking anything other than landscape. So that's about that. Let's move on. I will put that down. As I told you before, I have here inside, I have this bag which protects the camera from any hits. If I hit a tree or something like that, or I drop it a little bit too rough, it gives some protection. The other lens, I have my landscape lens, is here on the outside. Let's try to get it out here. So that's the 2470 f.2 f2.8, sorry, which I exclusively use. Before, when I didn't have my macro, I did some flower shots with this one because you can't quite get close, so it's like 70 centimeters, and I used this on full on 70. But now I exclusively use it on landscape because I have here the 24 millimeter. So this is the heavy stuff. Now let's get to the less heavy stuff. As you know, I do video recordings, and for video recordings, the internal microphone on the Z6 is useless. So if there's slight wind or you touch the camera or something, the sound is horrible. I have here my mic, the Rode. I don't know. You can check in my webpage which version it is. Shotgun. So this one actually is really good. It doesn't pick up sounds around. It really works well as a shotgun for immediate distance, 10 meters, 20 meters, and the wind with this protection on it, the wind is perfectly it's protecting from any disturbance from the wind. So here, this one here, is to mount my camera on the tripod. A little piece. I already, it happened that I left without taking this piece with it, so you can imagine you carry the tripod and the video head and you miss this piece. So I changed from there. Is my bag is always ready like this. I have everything in it. I just take out in case that I expect not taking any landscape. I take this one out, or if I expect no landscape and no macro, I take those two lenses out. And the tripod I only need if I do macro shots or recordings with the macro lens, or if I do landscape. That's the only when I need it. So if I don't take these two with me, I obviously also keep a tripod at home, which immediately helps me the weight. So let's go here. I have this. This is a handlebar for the microphone. I will show you why I have this, because I just tried to figure out where is my mount. It's here. So this is the mic mount. Let's arm this. So it's supposed, this has the shoe for the flash connection. So in normal case, I would do that. Let's see if I can demonstrate this here. Here on, I try to do it with both hands. It makes work better. That's good. Well, that's supposed how it should work. Let me try to get it fixed. Okay, here we are. So I purchased the Z6 to be able to focus while looking through the viewfinder. I did video recordings before with the D500 where you cannot do that, where you can only record while checking on the back screen. So that's the main reason why I purchased the Z6. And now you see what happens. Let me not fall down this thing here, because I should have here the cable. So this is the cable. It's also in my bag, always with me. Now the mic and is always, I always take me. I don't want to lose opportunity to record a video with the sound just for not carrying. It's not heavy for not carrying this. So this comes in here. We have here a mic. For all those who have Z6, if you try to connect to the headphone, then you are wondering why it's not recording. So check. It's actually this one. Check which connection, because it fits in both. So check which one you connect. So now imagine you are, let me show here, you are trying to have this here, and then you have here this cable and you want to look for the viewfinder. You see the problem? I realized that really immediately. So sometimes what I did is I dismounted my mic and was able to put it somewhere on my tripod, around the tripod, but then it's not really getting the direction. I have to move, I have to take care of this. So that was the problem, and I resolved it with this piece. So now, whenever I record with sound, I mount the mic here. Let's see if we get it right now. it's here. Something I'm not really screwing well. I'm sorry about this delay. Okay. It's a little bit an exercise. Anyway, so imagine you have to mount it at minus 10 degree, minus 20 degree. You really get into problems. I have to. Okay. So, and this one here comes now here. Voila. For some reason, I'm not able to fix it. First open here, get it right, and then fix it below. Anyway, so now that works perfectly well. And additionally, I have a handlebar which allows me to stabilize the camera even better while focusing on the subject I want to record. So this one, I mean, I keep it here up. I don't put it on the side because it's too far away for my purpose or my idea. But that's why I put it here on top. Obviously, this construction doesn't really work on the tripod because I use the screw for the tripod. I use for using my handlebar, unless you have the big lens. If I have the big lens, so this one is the shoe for the tripod and works perfectly fine. So we get here now 2 recordings with microphone in my bag. Let me get that off again. And let me figure out why I'm not able to fix this, because it's still moving around. It's supposed to be fixed. And then you screw it here. And with that it loses. I have to okay. One thing I want to mention is I usually, because here this cable I have to replace because of the handling, it starts to disconnect. Maybe you see that. So I have to buy a new one. To keep it stable, I'm able to whirl it here around so it's not lost and it doesn't get, how do you call, any pull force on it by accident. So that's how I try to resolve that problem. Anyway, I should fix, I already looked for a new cable because I do not trust best quality with this open cable here. So I want to buy a new one and improve. It's standard cable for mic. This doesn't record stereo, it's mono. I would have 2 to get stereo. So, but it's fine. Anyway, let's move on. So we have mic, handlebar for microphone. Here we are. What's missing? We still have some stuff in the bag. These two pieces here is in case I have to remove my PC too. Then I will have these two pieces to close it for protection, and I can put it in the bag. And I'm Swiss people always have a Sackmesser. I don't know why I'm carrying this. I never use it. I just, yeah, tradition, Swiss tradition. Let's go here. So here I have this one, a bunch of those. Let me see how many. So if someone asks me if I publish, I give one of these cards for reference. So here they have the website published on it, and they can look me up. I mean, in all my time, I have like 500 of those. I have given 10, so I'm not very good in promoting my website. I have this one here, which is what they call rain protection in case that I really get into heavy rain. So it's a one-use raincoat. Keep that always with me. Never use one. They are like $4, so it's a one-time use. And I have these ones. So first gloves, that's now in the season. So these ones works till 0 degree. They won't really work anymore if you go below 0 degree. Obviously in summer I don't have them in the bag. It's in fall. And this one is just a placeholder, because this one is not working. It's a placeholder to show you that I have one of these gloves with me, but just for the right hand. And this is when in winter, when it's getting very cold. So I use these inside my regular gloves, not those ones, the fistlings. And then I can get out of the fistling, do my camera handling, and back into the fistling once I'm done. If you ever try to -20 with wind to set focus or to change, let's say, aperture or shutter speed, then you know that's not a good idea without gloves. So this one gives me at least some protection, so I can handle the camera for 15 seconds, 30 seconds before I have to get back into the fistlings. What else? I have a second one. I shouldn't carry two. I'm usually alone. So and very important, mask in case that I have to get into a place where it's mask mandatory. I still carry it with me. The mask mandatory has been dropped by now for COVID, but I still carry that. No way. That's it here. We are not yet done. Sorry about that. So we have here this other part here up. And here we have this very important thing is speed for the bike. I keep that here, mounted on my bike, just to see how fast I'm on the bike. Curiosity. It doesn't really, I mean, I cannot extract, I cannot do any data analysis with it, but it tells me that I'm going with 21 or 21 kilometers. Now here, very important, I have my extra batteries here on top. I have them here on top. These are for the Z6. I have two of them. It happened that I used two, but never three. So I have three. I have the one in the camera, the two spare, I never used all three of them, so that's good. So that was about it in the bag. We still have this little bag to look into. Let me check. It's all empty now. I put back here my tripod, just so you have everything on camera. So, little bag. Let's go to the little bag here. This one is keeping, very important, extra cards in case. I have here 264. I also have those. I don't really need them for the Nikon Z6 anymore. They just have one of those. So these ones are 64. The one I have in is 128. So I rarely need the second one, but sometimes. So these ones I have for my GoPro. Sometimes I take the GoPro with me, but I definitely won't need that much. I just keep them here so that they don't get lost. Then I have this one, which is a cleaning for the lens. In case that it gets very dusty, I can do cleanup in the field. I do that regularly, actually. It's like every second time I have to do it. I see some dust on the lenses, so I have to remove them. By the way, all my lens, I use a filter on it. It's just a protective filter. But they come with it. I mean, I purchased them when I purchased the lens, and I never removed them. All of them. Just the lens are very expensive. So here, if I have to get some really nasty, this one is a piece that got dropped off my here. I keep it in a way so that I can move. Don't really need it anymore. I keep it here for whatever reason. And then the final one, so this one is my little bag of extra batteries, rechargeable. Those are for my mic. Mic uses batteries. Where are you, Mike? Where are you? Here. Uses rechargeable. I use rechargeable batteries. Is how do you call? They get used up over time, and I have here replacement. Once I'm back, I let's say whenever I use batteries, I put them here on top in this one here, and when I'm coming back, I collect them until I have 4 of them to recharge them. I have a recharger for 4, so but those here in are recharged and ready to use. So if I notice that the mic is not, the sound doesn't get recorded, then I change it to see if that fixes the problem. If not, I'm in serious problem. So let's put that back here in. It's all measured officially. So to get to a conclusion is, I know I could have a fancy $200 bag, which would replace my, I don't mention the brand, with life guarantee. They have lifelong guarantee. That means if for some reason this $30 bag gets kaput, is not working anymore as a hole or something, then I could go back to the store and they give me a new one, but it's a $30 bag. So it's not really a big deal if I would have to replace, but it does perfectly well. So I will now put in everything that I need for, let's say, simple going out, taking the big lens with me to shoot some birds while walking. So like the lowest number of equipment I use. So first I have to put in this here, but in the right spot. Again, this one is to protect against falling down, rough dropping the bag, or for hitting with a tree or something like that. Let's say if I go just with this one, I will never get my tripod with me. You can do video recording perfectly well with without tripod if you with the big lens. It works perfectly well. Afterwards, you can do stabilization in DaVinci Resolve, and with that they look very well. Okay, so but what we do need to have is this here in case of dusty lens. So I put in this here, and then my camera goes in here. That's number one. Number two, I need to get my mic, the cable, and very important, the handlebar here. I need to remove the TC2. This is all here. I have my extra batteries charged. I go by bike. I need to know the speed. I get into rain. I don't take with me my tripod, so I let this here. Mask, you never know. Gloves, depending on the season. And demonstration, the little glove, the one that allows me to use the touch bar. I have to mention that this is has like a coating, so I can use my phone or I can use the touch screen on the back of the camera. Mein Sackmesser, mein Schweizer Sackmesser, das muss auch immer mit, das kommt oben. I have to be careful because if I go on the plane, I cannot put this into my bag. It has to be on the checked-in bag, or even better, because I don't really need it, I have to keep it at home. And then my promotional cards here on top, in case that someone wants to know where I publish all this stuff. So this is, I will now go to wave, because now this is like the let's walk 2 hours to get a shot of a bird that is supposed to be there. I have over there my so this is 5.5 kilo. Perfectly well, doesn't and you can imagine now for this little equipment, I don't really need a huge backpack for camera equipment. So works perfectly well. So I hope you followed my explanation and description. And let me know if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if I missed something extremely important in the bag, or if I can drop some additional stuff that I don't really need. Looking forward for the next stream, which will be tomorrow, the same hour. I hope without technical problems to start with. And tomorrow we will talk about Parc Avignon, worth to visit for wildlife photography. And spoiler alert, yes, it's worth. I will show you some pictures, maybe some videos about the park, how to get there, etc. Looking forward to meet you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye bye.